So this is going to be the last few parts. I'm calling it now. Nothing to do with the commentary. Everything to do with the video game at hand. We've got a trial coming up. And your least favorite dungeon. And this game sucks.
Yeah.
So,
we've been saying in the past few parts that we've finished the best part of the game already, and it only gets worse from here. Well, in these next couple of sessions, it's where the game really starts to get terrible. By far the worst parts of the game coming up.
how are you doing, Michael? Let's have a Michael monitor. How you feeling right now? We just started recording. You chill. You're doing. You're all right. Not too pissed.
Oh, I mean, like the festivities haven't begun yet.
I know. That's why. This is the.
It's kind of the calm before the storm.
This is the control variable right here. So you doing all right? You doing all right? You're
yeah, I'd say so.
Just chilling out, doing getting ready to play some Star Fox.
Maxing cool, shooting some b-ball outside the school.
That's right. And there's about to be a couple of guys who are up to no good. One is named the Test of Fear, and the other one is the name of the Dragon Den Temple Fart. Or whatever the fuck it is. Oh yeah, first we have to go back to Cape Claw.
Yep, and Eric, you're not going to cut this out, by the way. You're keeping this in, because I want the folks at home to realize how tedious it is. How tedious it is to backtrack all the way through all this shit
It's
every
good thing
time
you bought a map,
back.
otherwise we wouldn't be able to navigate our way through this maze.
Yeah, well, it's not like it's huge, but...
Well, you know the secret to mazes, right?
What is that?
Is, you either stay to the right, like, hypothetically, if you put your hand out to the right, and just always had your hand next to the wall while you're going forward, you could supposedly solve a maze. Although, if you run into like a dead end,
then you're just running around the other side of that dead end because you're holding your arm against the wall.
If you run into, but you turn around.
Yeah, you'd end up turning around because you'd be going along with the wall, and the wall forms like a U shape.
But there's some sort of order where if like every step you go, or every time you hit a wall, if you keep going forward, every time you hit a wall, if there's some sort of order that you can choose the next direction to go in.
What the hell just happened? Okay, I guess I'm not allowed to jump down there. Because the game just sort of makes up whatever. Okay, is it just me or does that grass look awfully white?
That's snow.
Is that a graphical glitch?
That's snow.
Okay.
Okay, I'll buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
$1 bill, y'all.
Keep forgetting I can slide. Can you guys hear the disappointment?
Michael keeps forgetting that he can slide to the left, slide to the right. 2 steps back, y'all. 3 steps back, y'all. I haven't heard that shitty electric slide song in a while.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I go down there or not?
You think that's super mega copyrighted?
Probably. It doesn't look like there's anything worthwhile down there, so I'm not going to waste my time with that.
As opposed to the other things you're about to do in this game.
Yeah, I think you understand. Like, this game is already enough of a waste of a time on its own.
So you're trying to minimize that time wasting?
Yeah.
What you're saying is you don't get anything out of the game, so therefore you are literally just wasting your time. Because the only thing you're getting out of it
is the catharsis factor.
You're getting that tasty ad revenue. We're literally siphoning it from the viewers. What?
So capture look okay?
Yeah.
Because whenever the footage pauses for like a second, like it did just now, I'm always paranoid that means that something went wrong with the capture.
You know what I'd be interested in talking about?
What?
Because obviously I'm joking about the ad revenue stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously that was a joke. Of course I love our delicious ad revenue. But, so, when, like, a content creator does, like, a sponsorship or, like, a deal, it feels like it really shouldn't matter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the whole sellout things come out. But, for the most part, unless if it's, like, it has a non-negligible, like, negative effect on the creation of the content, or it completely compromises the content that they've accepted money for, it really shouldn't be that big of a, like, of a deal at all. And yet it always, and it always feels like, it feels like the instinct as a viewer is to always be mad about it.
I mean, like,
obviously, if you like,
do you know about there's a content creator named Review Tech USA, who I believe started out by, you know, like, actually reviewing tech and stuff, but after a while he just sort of started making Tricky looks like he's been on shrooms.
Heyo. You say heyo in, like, the most, like, not quite joking, but obviously, like, not quite serious way. Heyo.
I love how...
Are they the same voice actor?
I wouldn't be surprised, but...
They really sound like it. Like
Fox literally... Like, I like how whatever Fox tells Tricky to do something, it's like he's talking to a retard or something.
Michael, that is entirely inappropriate. I'm offended. I'm going to write an entire Tumblr post about you. Just you wait. You're gonna get so much hate on Tumblr.
Yeah, well...
So what is it about content creators getting paid for, like, advertisements, or being paid to play a game with, like, not even reviewing it? What is it about that inherently feels dishonest or unlikable?
I think that people like to think that
because I'm not just pointing fingers. Like I feel
you're talking about the trend in general.
Yeah, because that's sort of like my first instinct is to feel that way. I mean, if you know,
I remember this part sucking.
If you actually think about it, it, like, doesn't make it, unless if it's really obvious. Like, for example, I feel like some of the, you know how close Machinima is to Microsoft?
No. Well,
like, really, like, legally too close. You know what I mean? To, like, there's stuff like that where, you know,
what's... Okay, it looks like I drained the water in that room. And
I just wonder why that is, why that's the default is to feel that way, unless if you really think about it, or you hear an explanation as to why, which so many people who make stuff have to come out and say, like, you know, this isn't to compromise the content.
No,
you know, this is just a...
From what... This is a really long time ago. Like, by my last recollection, I remember... Wasn't Machinima what people used to call those Halo videos that would get posted on YouTube, like Deus Ex Machina?
Am I not thinking the right...
So did Machinima come out of that, or...
Are they named Machinima? Something like that.
Yeah, I remember them being called Machinimas.
Yeah.
Those little Halo animations.
No. I know, you're correct about that. I'm wondering the network. Because I'm pretty sure it was only like a couple years back, but they're like so close to Microsoft, and like clearly Halo was the big focus of the network. That I think they got in trouble. But then again, I should probably fact check first.
Okay. I guess I need to go back over to the left again.
To the Wikipedia.
So, now I guess I was curious if the Machinima network arose like out of a
It says
sort
the
of
company's name Machinima is a portmanteau of the words machine and cinema and relates to the use and manipulation of video game technology to create animations.
That sounds right.
So yeah. It has been.
Oh, I see. That's weird.
This is Wikipedia, so take that in mind. There says, and this is under the criticism section of the Wikipedia page for the Machinima Network, and it says the company has been criticized for the use of perpetual contracts. Hold on. In January 2014, Machinima was alleged to be paying its YouTube video partners for showing Xbox One content.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, that's
back at the time.
An accompanying legal agreement also states that the partner may not say anything negative or disparaging about Machinima, Xbox One, or any of its games. So there's a little bit of a potential dishonesty there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I'm talking like a Let's Player advertising like Crunchyroll in the description. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Getting a little bit of extra money.
That's why I was bringing up Review Tech USA, because like first of all, he doesn't do the stuff that he set out to do anymore. He just does gaming news, which is like, no offense to my buddy Bradley News 11 or anything, but that is like the easiest way to get viewers, is to just tell people about stuff that's happening. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's really fair to say, because it might be easy to do, but how easy is it to do it well and actually get viewers to like, I think you're oversimplifying it.
I know, I'm sure I am, but
because I could go and do that, but if I didn't do it well, I'd get 3 views, and one of them
what
would
I'm
be
saying
me.
is that it's easier to just tell people about something you read on the internet than it is to make like a full-fledged review of something, which my friend Brad does as well.
I don't know, I think you're oversimplifying,
But beyond that, this Review Tech USA guy literally has like a new sponsor in every single video. Like,
doesn't he upload like 3 videos a day?
I think he does. Like, it certainly feels like it. I don't really watch the guy, but Ethan does.
Yeah, I know. Ethan subscribed, like the Game Mavericks account is subscribed to it. And
yeah.
When I usually go on subscriptions, like that's just like almost a sub, like what do you call that? Subconscious thing that I do is just whenever I'm like don't know what to do, I'll just click in the subscriptions. But whenever I'm signed into the Game Mavericks account and I go to subscriptions, there's always like 16,000 Review Tech USA videos. And I've watched some of them, and they're all right. I mean,
like Ethan, well, I mean, like, I guess if we're talking about people who are obviously like selling out and, you know, like doing a bunch of sponsorships and deals with other companies, like
I think to be quote unquote a sellout, I think you have to literally compromise your content. And a lot of people.
I just meant sellout is like, as far as like you were just sort of talking about how that bothers people when people get sponsorships and stuff.
Yeah, regardless if it has.
I'm saying that he's someone who does that a lot.
Yes,
and it bothers me because of how blatant it is.
But okay, it's blatant, but does it compromise his content?
And I haven't really watched enough of his old and new stuff to really be able to say that. So.
Okay, but hypothetically speaking, if it didn't compromise his content, do you still feel that like base instinct of being annoyed? It's like,
yes.
It's a little bit like I don't like you selling something to me.
Like I came here to watch some video game related content, not have people like shove products down my throat.
They're getting a little bit of extra money, and for a lot of people.
That's a big
on YouTube, deal. That's the difference between being able to pay rent or actually put some food in your mouth. That's not just ramen noodles all the time. And a little something that has really nothing to like doesn't compromise your views or beliefs or your content. Why why should you get annoyed when it's, you know, really helping this person out?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so the question is, what is that? And I guess it's just you don't like being sold to. You feel like it's different, even though if it's you feel like the content is different, even if really all the important stuff is still there, and it's really pretty negligible in the big scheme of things.
Yeah.
But for example, if we were joking about this in the Spyro playthrough, but Mentos, that has nothing to do with video games. They said, "Hey, can we just put a Mentos logo in the first 5 seconds of your video? Here's $1,000 per video." I obviously the numbers there are just made up and bullshit, but would you feel comfortable doing that? And knowing you, I think it would probably not. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, like, it depends on how much they were willing to pay me. Everyone has a price.
Of course, but would you feel happy about doing it?
No. I wouldn't be, like, ecstatic about it, but... Oh, it looks like there are some fuckballs I missed in here.
Yeah, you missed a couple of fuckballs.
Where the hell do I go?
I don't know.
Like, I'm totally stumped right now. Like, it clearly wants me to find another one of those little ball things to activate the thing.
I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
Let's see if Slippy actually gives us some helpful advice. The Lightfoot on the beach has something you need. The Sharpclaw disguise will be... Okay. So I guess I'm looking for a Lightfoot.
Near the beginning of this, you said that what he says is never helpful. Every time you've talked to Slippy, you've got...
That was what I remembered him being like.
What the fuck is going on over there?
I think that's the Lightfoot I'm supposed to be saving.
This is the worst, like, shakedown beat up scene I've ever seen. I hate this song, by the way. I think it's
one of the few songs in the game that's actually memorable.
I hate it. Every time I hear it, I want to.
He probably has the other gem I need.
I want to. War is hell. Did that really just happen?
Yeah.
I hate this game. No, I'm just kidding. I love this game. I think it's probably...
Do I really need to see this? Okay, that was what I was supposed to do this whole time. Good to know. But yeah, Slippy's hints are more useful than I remember them being, but...
That was hardly even a hint. That was almost a, go here.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have thought to do it if it weren't for that, so I'll take it.
I'll buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Squinkity bing binkity bing binkity boo.
Sugar stuffer.
Boo-doo.
Don't you love that little song that plays whenever you solve a puzzle?
Yep.
Isn't it great?
I just love that arbitrary positive feedback. I don't know what I'd do without it.
And after 15 minutes of running around like a jackass, we finally get to go into the temple.
Is this the Krakzoa
Yep.
Palace?
Well, this is another force point temple. With the spellstone we got is blue, so we're going to the blue one.
The force...
Tricky.
Force point temple. You stay there. I don't think he's tall enough.
It's one of those Gimli jams, isn't it?
Where
They force you to do it in a time limit for no reason other than to have a time limit.
You should just tie like an anvil to Tricky's foot and put that down.
Yeah, let's make the entire room look the same so you can't tell where you're going.
You have to do this mobster style and throw him to the bottom of the lake with a anchor tied to him. I don't think
How do you get up there? Like, I can't tell where I am because the camera keeps fucking moving.
You know what you should try to do? You should look around the room and try to see if there's a switch, and maybe that'll lower the water. Because this feels like a lower the water puzzle, because there's the little grates. A bunch of ingrates, if you ask me.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, Michael liked that one. Michael liked that one. He thought it was good.
I had the group liquidated, you little shit. They were insolent.
What is that from? That you just did?
That was Dr. Evil.
Oh, okay.
Are you surprised?
That was a funny line.
What the
fuck? That was
fuck?
a funny line right there.
Well, obviously there's something I gotta do in this room, but...
Look at that mercury water.
Water looks... It is a little dark, but so is the stuff that's underneath it.
Helps to have a map. Helps to have a map. We should play with Guys of the Wolf.
Yeah, I love when Tricky makes a bunch of noises.
This puzzle is pretty...
Tricky.